I've told a lot of people I tried to cut for probably the past 3 years now, and I was so stagnant. And the main reason was because every time I was making any sort of progress, I would start showing it off. I'd start telling people, oh yeah, I lost 1 kg, 2 kg, and then I'd just get so satisfied that I just end up binging. And this became a very, very bad problem where it caused my like gym progress to pretty much halt for like 2 years. And especially now working as a cold caller, I'm sure you know, I book meetings in, and I've noticed there's going to be sometimes where you book somebody on thinking they're really warm, and you wait till they have the meeting, the date set, then boom, no close. And I just realized that quote I also got from Alex Hormozy, pretty much be happy and not satisfied, because being happy is great, you get a win, you get a small win, you lose a couple pounds, fair enough, be happy. But as soon as you're satisfied, that's pretty much when you say stop to any sort of growth. And it ties back to this other quote I heard a long time ago by Iman and he said, they're not a client until you've got the money in your bank account. And I used to be a copywriter, I used to be a video editor, and there were many, many times where I worked for somebody, and they were like, "Yeah, sure, man, let's do this, let's go forwards," and then boom, I just hear from them randomly, "Yo, I'm sorry, man, it's not gonna work out." But I just had that false sense of happiness, because they said yes, even though I had no money in my bank account. So, in a similar way, man, whenever you hear like a big win, cool, be happy, 100%. But just don't get satisfied, because as soon as, just from really remember this and internalize it, as soon as you become satisfied, you're cooked, man. You're not gonna grow anymore. And even friends, this is like from a dating perspective. I got friends that tell me, oh yeah, I got this girl's number, I got this girl's snap, it's going really, really well, cool, they're happy. And then they'll text me a couple days later, like, oh, it didn't work out, she didn't want to link up, she didn't really reply back to my message. And you can just see how much sadder they are, because they thought, in a weird sense, that they were a client, a girl they could have taken out on a date, before they even got paid. Paid meaning actually going on a first date. So whatever you're doing, whether it's gym, whether it's making money online, whether it's dating, just be happy and don't get satisfied. And really, really remember that as soon as you get satisfied, you're putting a pause on any progress, man. Because deep it, if you're truly satisfied, there should be zero reason why you want to do anything more. You know, like if you're making 3 grand a month and you're satisfied, you don't want to make more. Fair enough. Like, you're not gonna try. You're not gonna work nearly as hard as the man who is not satisfied. So what's a couple ways that you can actually become dissatisfied? I guess it's probably that one quote we've all heard: comparison is the thief of joy. So you pretty much want to initiate that, but just everybody will say opposite advice, but yes, you want to compare yourself to others. That's if you want to feel dissatisfied. You want to compare yourself to kids that are your age, compare yourself to people who are making more money than you, who are buffer than you, who are leaner than you, who are where you want to be. And you have to pretty much manually instill the thought that you are behind, because it's only when you're dissatisfied you are going to make progress. Like, with me, I noticed that tip has helped me so much with my diet, where I'll even set an alarm, like, or not really an alarm, but if I'm just scrolling on TikTok and you see a physique that you really want, yeah, cool, a lot of people will be like, oh, don't worry, don't compare yourself to others. But remember this, if you don't want to grow, then yeah, don't compare yourself to others, fair enough. But if you actually want to grow, you want to make progress, you want to get buffer, you want to lose fat, then yeah, you need to honestly do as much comparison as possible. And another great way to do this is just analyze your friendship group and make sure that your friends are either ahead of you or working so that they can eventually be ahead of you, because you need someone to keep you on your toes, man. um my mentor told me that one of my friends, so we have a friendship group, and he's making a lot more money than pretty much all of us. And look, from my perspective, I think he got a bit complacent. Understandably, he's making good money for his age group, especially. And my mentor told me that when he sees that I eventually, if I do start making more money than him, that's gonna be the thing that triggers him to, lock back in and work harder. So just make sure that you're comparing yourself to other people. If you're poor, look at these TikToks. Look at these. They say motivational. All of their goal is to make you depressed and buy their course. But that's the reason why all of these guys like Andrew Tate, Imran Gadi, the sole reason they post their lifestyle is so that you compare it to yours, realize how shit your life is, and then you buy their course. Now, look, am I saying you should buy their course? I don't know. That's up to you to do your due diligence. But it's not a bad idea to look at having a mood board. This is what I used to do. It was basically a Google document of the cars I wanted, a McLaren 720S, a typical. It was there was pictures of the physique I wanted, people with certain muscles that I really wanted, and even there on my wall, I'm not gonna show, but I have a picture of the car I want and the physique I want. It's an anime character, a bit weird. But just looking at it when I work, or I just have on my wall my goals, and constantly comparing yourself to other people, you're not gonna feel good. Yeah, but like, it is what it is, isn't it? You can either feel good and be broke, or feel dissatisfied and actually make progress on your goals. So I'm not gonna make this video too long. I just want to leave you with this message. Be happy, but don't be